Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are all okay after lunch, and I would like to start my presentation with a short video that, in case you are not okay, should wake you up. And it should work now. Autism at Work is a program that we have started to implement last year in the Czech Republic. Today we have 6 employees with ASD. When we look back, we have to say that we started off with mixed emotions, not knowing what to expect. But today we can clearly say that this is a very successful program that helps the individuals as well as the companies. The individuals get a self-actualization opportunity like never before, while the company taps into an underutilized pool of talents.
I have a brother that has mental and physical disability, and I believe that it's important to include the people with some disabilities into the society. As a manager, I can already see a great impact on my team. People are very positively impressed about the project and the inclusion of the people with autism disorder. And I believe that SAP just started with a great piece for the future generation and new standards.
I am very happy that I was invited to this program, Autism at Work, because I have a good job. I have very friendly and kind colleagues. We usually go together to the lunch, and I like this friendly atmosphere in our team.
As National Institute for Autism, we are glad and honored to be part of the project. Our role is to be a bridge between the candidates and the company. We help the people with autism to understand the company and the company to understand the people. To be honest, I was a bit skeptical towards employing people with autism in the corporate sector with all the demands for flexibility and social skills. But I was surprised actually by both the company and the people, by the atmosphere, friendship and mutual understanding. It's really worth trying.
In future, I probably might buy a new car, new flat, and travel around the world.
So, I'm honored to be able to stand here in front of you and to speak about something which we consider social innovation. The Autism at Work program started 4 years ago actually as a thought, and then last year it came to Prague, to Czech Republic, to actually materialize in our company as well. SAP is built on a strong and diverse foundation. As you can see on the slide, we have various groups of customers, people, employees, countries, nationalities. But I would like to mention that our foundation of diversity is actually based on 4 major groups. It's gender, it's generations, it's culture and personal identity, and last but not least, it's a group called differently abled people. And that's exactly where this innovation of Autism at Work falls into. We don't say disabled people, we say differently abled people, because we truly believe that each one of us is a talent, regardless whatever stage of life you are at or whatever diversity might be applied to you. And in that sense, we started this Autism at Work program globally. Now, in May 2013, SAP announced its objective to have 1%, 1 percentage point of its global workforce represented by employees in the autism spectrum. That, at that time, accounted for approximately 650 jobs globally. When I say jobs, I don't mean artificially or specially created jobs for these employees. kind of second-graded jobs or supporting jobs. I really mean the core jobs that the company provides for the labor market, actually. And this was a huge task, a huge endeavor that we started to work on. It is fully in accordance with our vision that says, we want to make the world run better and we want to improve people's lives. So, having said that, I have to make a confession again. I did this confession last week on Thursday when we shot this video, actually. That was a video that we did because once a year we organize a Autism Awareness Day where everybody from the company who is interested can join and learn about what autism is about and why are we doing this program and what does it bring to us and what does it bring to the colleagues on the ASD spectrum. So, when we started with autism, this slide shows approximately what we knew. We knew that autism spectrum disorder is a developmental disorder that impairs the ability to communicate and interact, both verbally as orally. We also understood that the costs related to the treatment and to care of people who are on the ASD are huge. And actually 60% of the 4 million people listed here that correspond to NPV in 2015 in dollars are actually sliced into 3 chunks. 10% go to medical care, 30% to extra education and other care, and 60% represent the lost economic productivity, which is the piece where we wanted to focus on and where we wanted to add value. So we have to know, and we knew also at that time that people on the spectrum are actually usually on the high functioning part of the autism are really very intelligent. They have university degrees most of the time, yet they are still unable to find a real job. So we wanted to tap into that pool of people and wanted to make their lives better. So, and then last but not least, we also knew that boys are impacted many more times often than the girls. And some statistics say it's about 4.3 to 1 ratio. And at that time, when we realized all that, and when the corporation decided to implement this program in the Czech Republic, I was standing there and I thought like, oh my God, what am I gonna do now? I'm running a company that is business operations, business services. I know nothing about psychology, honestly, as far as autistic disorders are concerned. And I just couldn't imagine how could we make it happen without losses on both sides. So my main concern was I don't want to hurt anybody, neither on the side of the autistic individuals, nor on the side of our business. And so, you know, as it is in corporations, those of you who are working there, sometimes it's enough to kind of take a step back and wait for a month or two and think about this is going away, you know, we will have another program or another something, and then eventually we will come back to it and see what we can do about it. But this program just didn't go away. It just came up all the time, and not in a form of orders or directives, but rather we were invited to a meeting in our headquarters in Waldorf, and all of a sudden somebody was speaking about autism at work. And again, I met a colleague somewhere from India, and he was speaking about autism at work. So it just kind of kept coming back. And I realized that maybe we just need to embrace the idea, leverage all the good partnership with the NGOs that we can have globally as well as locally, appoint people, create a team that will be really, really focusing only on that autism program for a couple of months and roll it out and see how it goes. So that's exactly how we did it. And I have to say, without Lenka Kaderova, who is sitting somewhere there, give her a big hand, please. This is the lady who who stands behind this success in the Czech Republic. She was really pushing it, and she did all the heavy lifting. She did the job. She made it possible. And then there is another lady called Jana Sirotkova from Nautis. She is our, I call her good angel, because actually anytime we needed a consultation, mentoring, any kind of good advice, she was there for us, and I hope it stays so. So, okay, now we are at the stage of this program where we embraced the idea and accepted the change, and we actually understood and learned. We had to learn. The whole organization had to go through a huge learning cycle. We had to learn the basics. So actually the most critical ones that are on the slide for me are realization that these people don't understand subtle. They don't go with sarcasm or ironic jokes. If you have a team meeting and there's a person who is on the spectrum, you just don't do these jokes because they wouldn't understand. You have to actually adjust the communication within your team. And that was some work to be done, and the teams had to do it. At the same time, on the other hand, if you realize all the minuses, so to say, you realize that what is minus on one hand is a big plus on the other side. And that's exactly what we were looking for. So in other countries than Czech Republic, we started off looking into abilities that were to be matched with the jobs of developers and software engineers and testers, designers. In Czech Republic, it was more about looking into ability to utilize these talents in business administration. So this was, in effect, small pilot as well, as per se, because we had to show that we can leverage people in contract creation work or in data maintenance for HR or in procure-to-pay process. So all that kind of nicely fitted together. And if we look at the roadmap, what is ahead of us still, and I have to say today we are somewhere between 2016 and 2017, where we can build on the best practices from the countries that already have autistic employees in our company, but we still don't have a robust program that would enable the sustainability of this program in the future. And that's exactly what we are trying to do now. And we hope for maturing the process with onboarding equivalency for these employees around 2020. So today we have 100 plus employees in 7 countries, including Czech Republic. And this year we are planning to roll out this program to South Korea, Seoul, and to Australia. These are the roles where we have these 100-something people. So, as you can see, really, it's not just software developers and coders, but it's really all a range of all kinds of jobs that are full-fledged. This is the overview of autism at work at SAP in Czech Republic. So today, last year we hired 7 colleagues, and we have still 4 colleagues working in human resources and 2 in finance in procure-to-pay process. And the good news is that during this video shooting or during this awareness meeting, Autism Awareness meeting, we were approached by a manager of the team that doesn't have today any autistic employee, and she was volunteering to get one. So, you know, this is really just showing that this program is living inside of the company and we don't have to push it. This is an overview of our global partners and local partners. So globally, the whole program started off with a Danish company called Specialisterne. That's the company that brought this idea to life. And locally, we are relying on partnership with Nautis, previously known as APLA. The partners below are the local partners in the countries that we already rolled the program to. So this year, as I said, we are moving to Korea and to Australia. What we want to do is to broaden our pipeline as far as the sources of the candidates are concerned, so universities, NGOs, etc. And we want also to enhance the employment model. Today we have employees in Czech Republic, but in other countries they also go with contingency workers, contractors, and internships. So maybe that's also a way forward, just to give more versatility into the whole program. Last but not least, I just want to again stress the reason why are we doing it. This is not a CSR activity for SAP, definitely. For CSR, we have other activities. It is good for the people, it is good for the society, and primarily, it is good for the business. This was the key reason. That's why we are actually looking into the whole hiring process and onboarding process as something which we would do with the neurotypical candidates on the labor market. And we believe that we are giving an opportunity to have life for the people with autism. At the same time, their self-actualization is really, really fantastic, thanks to this program. Otherwise, they wouldn't have it at all. So I think that's from my side. Thank you very much for your attention, and I'll be here.